Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome, Mary, it's Philip, Eze. You guys are welcome. Nina, I can see you. So without wasting much of our time, I guess you guys have seen my face before, but let me still introduce myself. My name is Chukwuma Dike, project lead for Wiki Activate Africa. Okay, for today's section, just like we all have been seeing it in the on the publications and ads, is about Wikidata. So today we want to at least refresh our memories about Wikidata, how to contribute on Wikidata, what Wikidata is all about, and also, this event is being collaborated with a Black Launch Table, which also contributes on Africa and Black artists and arts. So we are in collaboration with them, bringing you guys this event today. Without wasting much of our time, I wouldn't want us to, because this is Sunday and I believe everybody wants to at least rest for the upcoming week. So we will try as much as possible to make this call a short one and precise so that we'll all go back to our various activity for today. So I will start with, also, if you have any question, you have the chat platform to communicate any of your question. You can drop any of your question, and also links of things we'll be talking about to be dropped there. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let me share my screen for today's. Okay. Mm-hmm. Permits me, okay, yeah. Okay, I believe we all can see my screen. I don't know, can we all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can.
Okay, so for this program, oh, this is wrong. I didn't edit this well. Okay, this. All right, so just like I said before, we are collaborating with a Black Launch Table, and today we are dealing on Wikidata. I know some of us have idea of what Wikidata is all about, and we have also been contributing on the projects, but this is both for the newbies and for other people that might not have grasped a lot on what Wikidata is all about. So we will try to give the basics of it. So this section will be in two places: the theory aspects, where we'll talk about what it's all about. Then we'll now do a practical section on Wikidata and how to contribute to Wikidata and how to create Wikidata items. Okay, I have also introduced myself. My name is, can you all mute? Okay. So my name is Chukwuma Dike, project lead for Wiki Activate Africa. Okay, so for our learning objectives for today, at the end of this session, we'll be able to at least know basic knowledge about Wikidata, what Wikidata is all about, items, statements, and properties. And we also touch a little on identifiers and references if we have time. So these are the things we'll be able to catch up for today. So first thing first was Wikidata. I know we have all been hearing about data. The real fact is that data is actually life. Without data, we cannot actually make predictions. We cannot predict how things will look like. Almost every aspect of life and has to do with data. Even when you think that you are not dealing with data, you're actually dealing with data. Even in your small family house, you are dealing with data. The number of your children are data. The number of your siblings are data. The number of your family members are data. The money you have in your bank account is also a data. So in any way you want to see it, we all deal with data every day of our life. And Wikidata, just like every other project in Wikimedia, is a repository of data for Wikimedia projects. So we all know that Wikimedia has so many projects, just like Wikipedia, Wikiquotes, Wikibooks, Wikivoyage, Wikicommons. So Wikidata is one of Wikimedia projects which actually deals on data. And just like we have Wikicommons as a central database for pictures, images, and all that, and media files. So Wikidata is actually a storage, central storage for structured and linked data on Wiki. And also it is under free license, so which means that you can actually use the data anyhow you like. You can print out the data, you can use it in your books, you can infer it in any way you want without being questioned or without being sanctioned or so it's free license. So just like I said, it's free and open knowledge. And also it is human beings just like you and I that contribute on this platform. It's not machines that produce those data. It is human beings just like you and I. We are the ones that contribute on this data. So that is why training like this are very important, so that we also keep up and know that our help is needed in these platforms. Especially we Africans, that our data are not much more. These are the opportunities we have to contribute on this kind of projects. Okay, I have mentioned about it being a central storage for structured data. So one thing is that it is not just anyhow data. So every data coming into Wikidata platform is structured. You can't just pour in anything you want, no. So things are being structured. You are being told how you enter this and what it should be. So it's not just, it's actually a clean, refined data. So it's not just every kind of data that goes into Wikidata. And that makes it more credible because everything is being structured. You are not refining, you are not cleaning, you are just working with specific data. I have also mentioned that it's on free license, which means that we can use it on any body of work like we want, as well as it's not causing any harm. So it's free license. You can export, you can use it as however you want. But if you still want to give references to where you get it from, it's still okay to do so. Okay, so facts, let's go on facts and principles of Wikidata. Just like I've mentioned before, is collaboration and community driven. So that means that actually people to platform. Machine community, people like you and I are the ones that engage in this platform and provide data and also contribute on its success. Just like every other Wikimedia project, Wikidata is also comes from neutral point of view. So it's neutral point of view, just like we all already know. You don't need to be biased when you are contributing on this platform on Wikidata. So you need to come up as neutral as possible. You don't need to give credits to places that interest you. So you must always be neutral, and your contribution must always come from a neutral point of view. And also verifiable and citation, just like also Wikipedia, your contribution must be very variable. It must also come with references, though Wikidata doesn't actually care much about references, but then it's if you have references that are genuine, yeah, you can actually put them there, because every statement and items actually has provision for references, though it is not a must thing on Wikidata, but it's advisable to add references and citation. Also, Wikidata is reusable, which tells us that you can reuse the data in Wikidata. The data you got from Wikidata, you can use it for your school work, your school projects, your PhD thesis, and all that. So you can use it in any way you like, as far as is contributing to open knowledge and whatever you are doing. But then is very, very reusable. Is a storage, is a data storage that you can actually count on and work on, and also build a lot of things on top of it. There are so many projects that are built on top of Wikidata projects. So it is a reusable project on its own. Okay, so let's talk about. Okay, before I move on, is there any question so far? Any questions so far on the things I've talked about, principle of Wikidata and what Wikidata is all about? If you have any question or you are confused about anything before we move on, this is the opportunity to talk. Okay, without that, we can move on. So are we all hearing me? Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Also raise your hand so that I know that people are here. Okay. Okay. Okay, Farouk, yeah. Okay. All right. Let me check. Okay. All right, okay. All right, I can see your reactions. Okay, so let's move to the another aspect about, let's talk more of this structured data that we said Wikidata is all about. So when we talk about structure, it means that this data has a way it is being managed, or a way it must be, you need to contribute to it, and the things that is needed you to do. It's not just where you can dump in any kind of thing into. So everything about Wikidata is structured. So also is very, very organized, and you will see it by the end of this call. So this let's go over claims. So when you see a Wikidata item on Wikidata, it actually means when you see item, property, and value, it actually means a claim on Wikidata. And a claim actually is the combination of item, properties, values, and every other thing on that particular label you are talking about. So this formula, I always like working with this formula because it will give you clarity on what you need to do and what you are about to do. So before you work on Wikidata, just know that you'll be dealing with an item, and you'll be dealing with a property of that item, and you'll be dealing with the value of the property of that item. I don't know, this might be, is not actually difficult, but before we end, maybe at the practical aspect, you will see what I mean. So here I mentioned that Wikidata stores information in structured formats, which means data are organized into entities and properties. Also, properties also can be described as single kind of data. Sorry, I'm hearing a voice. Benjamin. Okay. So properties also can be defined as, okay, let's start. Sorry, I missed the item side. So items can be things, just like can be anything: people, places, concepts, abstract, topic. Those are the things that, so just like if you want to put up a person's item, a person on Wikidata, that person is called an item on Wikidata. So this item, this person now has so many properties you will use to talk about this person on Wikidata, which are properties, and these properties also have values. So just like you can see this simple formula here, that is how every Wikidata item or claim is being structured: item, property, then values. Just like I said, items are things just like people, places, concepts, abstract, topics. So those are the kind of things you can use for item. Just like we can say Earth, just like Earth is an item. Human being, just like me, is an item. So if I'm very notable and I want to add my data on, and someone wants to add my data on Wikidata, so I am an item. A human being can be an item. And then concepts, topics, you can talk about maybe, let's say, I don't know where, I guess majority somehow. Okay, let's take generally an earthquake or an earthquake. You can actually talk about an earthquake in Wikidata by providing maybe the magnitude of the earthquake, where it happened, maybe the kind of destruction. There you can maybe add image. So those things are item. Then for properties, properties can be described as single kind of data relevant to the item. So just like I said, and you can also see the formula. So for you to talk about more about these items, you need properties. So for human beings, you can talk about the height of the person, which is also a property. Sorry, I don't know. I'm hearing a sound. Can the person mute? Okay, thank you for doing that. Okay, so a height of a person is a property. For let's say country, capital of a country is a property. Population of the country is a property. Um, President of that country is a property. So these are the things you need to know. Very, very important. It's very important to know what these things are. Item, properties, value. You really need to grasp it. Also, I gave an example for human being, a gender of the person is also a property. Okay, then value is either a reference to another item. So okay, the property of a country is we want to talk about this property now. A country, let's say Nigeria, then we want to talk about the property called population. So when you put in the population, the value of that the number or what you use in qualifying that property is called value. So for population, you must have a specific number, which is the value of that population. Then for, let's say, gender, which is a property, is either male or female or other kind of genders also. So both male and female are value to gender property. If you have any question, you can raise hand. I think I've tried to explain this much more. But if you are still confused about it, you can still ask a question. So let me rephrase again. For properties, we have value. For every property, we must have value for it. So for property called population, we must have a number, which is the value. And that number will correspond to the number of the population of a country. And country there is, let's say the country Nigeria is an item, or a country Ghana is an item, or country Sierra Leone is an item. Then their population is a value. Their population is the property. Then the number of their population is the value. Okay, so to make this more clearer, I always refer items and properties like forms. So we all fill forms at maybe most of our daily basis, or maybe when working or doing something, we all know what forms looks like. So just picture it in your head that all these things I'm saying looks like a form. So when you get to a form, let's say it's a simple teller, bank teller, or a simple form you want to fill, the name is a property. So let's say the form is a bank form. So the bank itself is the item. Then the property is the name. Let's say you are filling the form. Your name, where you write down your name, is a property. Then that's your actual name is the value. Let's say, just like I'm Chukwumadike. Chukwumadike is a value to the property called name. Then your city is also a property. Then the value of your city, which can be Kumasi, Accra, is the value of that city. And also, so whenever you are confused, just picture it as a form, which you normally use almost every day. So I don't know if we have any question or suggestion or maybe contribution. Do we have any of that? Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Let me check. Okay. Okay, Joyce. Okay, yeah. Joyce, you can go on.
Yes, thank you so much. So I'm confused around when if property, if the name is property, then address is value. Then what of city, state, and these things below, because they are all put in the same bracket as item. So before they are put in that bracket of an item. So how can I identify the city, home phone? What's that? Thank you.
Uh, I didn't actually get your question very well, but I think you are talking about how to identify which one is value and property in this form. So let me come back again. This form example is a kind of pictorial example I always use so that to actually keep me in check. So just see it as you filling a form, right? So your name is a property. That name is property. But for you to fill that form, you need to write your actual name. Just like my name is Chukwumadike, that actual name is what we call value, right? That's my Chukwumadike is what we call value. Then the property which I'm giving a value is called name. For addresses, address is the property. Your actual address, like number 16 Tokumbo Street, that is the actual value for property called address. I don't know if you get me. Then your city is a property also, but then the actual name of your city is the value. The actual name of your city is a value. Do you get the explanation now?
Yes, I get you.
Okay. So then all these properties and value qualifies an item. So all of these qualifies an item. These are the things you need to put into an item before it will even makes sense for other people to use. Remember, we are dealing with data here. So if you just create an empty item, it's as good as nothing. Nobody can use it. Nobody can know what you're talking about. So, but this property, okay, so an empty item is just like you holding an empty form. Without you putting those values where they're supposed to be, is just as good as you holding an empty form and is useless. So items must be qualified with properties and value before they even make sense or before they can even be reused by maybe another person or someone that is trying to use Wikidata for his project or for maybe building something on top of wiki data, or even for other wiki projects to make use of this data. We need all these properties and value. Remember, other wiki projects make use of this data. So let me take you on another example so that you understand more on what I'm talking about. So for an item about a person, so this person is an item, a person is an item. So this the person will have claims about now the properties, about name, date of birth. These are the things you can know about a person, right? Let's say you are meeting someone for the first time. One of the things you are interested in is the person's name. Hello, what's your name? So that person is an item. What's your name is a property. Then when the person replies, my name is Kayode, that is the value. Then you can also want to know the citizen, where the person is from. Let's say, maybe in a conference of multi-international conference, where many nationalities are involved. You can also ask, oh, where are you from? Which country are you from? That country is the property. Then when the person tells you, oh, I'm from France, I'm from Germany, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Ghana, then those becomes the value. Then you can also want to know the occupation, language of the person, the religion. If you guys are more personal, you can even want to know the father, mother, and children, maybe if you guys are talking deep. But these are the properties that makes up a person in Wikidata. So wherever you find a person's Wikidata, you will find most of these things: dates of birth, the person's name, nationality, occupation, language, religion. You will find all this property in a person's name. And I will show you an example. I will show you, we will go over to an example, then I will reiterate these things I've said. So just like I said before, I'm bringing up this formula again: claim equals to item, properties, and value. So let's take claim, a claim for Earth. Earth is an item. So the highest point on Earth is a property, right? Or maybe you can say how many countries are on Earth, or yeah, or maybe what's the landmass of Earth. That is also a property. But for Earth, we want to take this highest point of Earth, which the value is Mount Everest. Mount Everest is actually the highest point you can climb on Earth, as in the tallest, the highest point you can climb on Earth. So you can see we have an item called Earth, we have a property called highest points, then we have a value to that property called Mount Everest. So this is how these things work. Okay. All right. So let me reiterate again. If you have any question about this, you can also raise your hand and ask. But without that, we will go over to another part of Wikidata. So this part talks about the numeric IDs identifiers. So in every Wikidata item or property, it has a unique numeric identifier. What does this mean? It's been identified with numbers. And these numbers, okay, Samson, go ahead. Samson,
Yes,
go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. Hello. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, you are very clear.
Yeah. So I was doing some reading about this concept here, and I found something about triangulation. What does it mean exactly pertaining this?
You said?
I found some concept called triangulation concerning the things of Wikidata. Where does it come up? Where does it make meaning here? Where are the entities, properties, values, and all the things there? The concept of triangulation. Yeah, triangulation.
Okay. You might also want to make this into triangular form. I don't know. But then when you when you actually turn this around, you can actually make an item a triangle, an item being the, okay, if you carve a triangle has three parts, right? So item, properties, and value. Those are the triangulation thing you are talking about on Wikidata. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, so maybe let's just go ahead. I
So
think I understand
those
on the way.
the triangulation thing is to make it more easier for you to understand.
Yes.
Samson. Okay, so the triangulation is for you to maybe the person that was talking about it so that you understand it more. But if you look at that triangulation, I think it is a diagram. If you look at it, what you will see is an item, a property, and a value, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. Can you also talk more on what you mean by that triangulation? Because
Okay, like at my previous place of work, we did
I've
something
not
similar to
actually heard
Wikidata.
more about it, but I feel like the where you had it up. Okay, okay, okay. And the person explained the item, property, and value with triangle,
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
Okay, yeah. So those are maybe a way he wants to pass, he or she wants to pass information to you guys so that you will understand it more. But I know it's the triangulation will obviously be item, property, and value. So yeah, let's move ahead. So I was talking about numeric identifiers. So every item and properties on Wikidata has a numeric identifiers. So this numeric identifiers helps both human beings and the computer to understand what we are actually talking about. So, and it makes it more clear. It clarifies the whole thing. So there might be so many aspects of an item. So let's say maybe we are talking about an item called London. London is the capital of United Kingdom, right? But then there are so many other Londons in other parts of the world. There are some, I think there is a London in, I don't know, Spain or what. Yeah, there is another place that is being called London. Okay, for Nigeria, we have a state called Lagos, right? But then there are so many other places in the world called Lagos. Like Portugal has a place called Lagos, right? Portugal or Brazil has a place called Lagos. So for you to differentiate all those kind of conflicts of maybe names and all that, this unique identifiers helps to differentiate these things. So let's say we have like London, for example, we have maybe one or two places called London. With this unique identifier, you'll be able to know which particular London we are talking about here. And also the computer system which we store this data, we also be able to know which London we are talking about here. So every item and property has a unique identifier. So for an item, we have queue numbers for an item. So you will see on every item, just like on this diagram, X, which is an item, is Q2 on Wikidata. So anywhere on Wikidata you search for Q2, what you will see is X, right? So that is a unique identifier for X. Anywhere on Wikidata you search for Q2, you will see X. Anywhere you also, let's say a property called highest points, right? For properties, their unique identifier starts with P. So P, you can get P1, P2, P3, to P. I don't know the latest number now. So you can have so many P's, but whenever you put a particular identification number, it gives you that particular property. So for highest points, the property, the P number is P610. So that is the number assigned to it. Remember, it means that it makes computer, the operating system on which that Wikidata is built on, it makes it more easier for it to understand what we are actually looking for. And also for us human beings also, it makes it more clearer for us to actually know, okay, since we have so many Lagos in the world, okay, so this particular Lagos is actually the Lagos in Nigeria. And this one is the Lagos in Portugal. So those are the uses of this identification number. So you will see when we go over to the practical aspect, you will see so many identification numbers. If you create a new Wikidata item, it must be assigned a unique identification number, which is different from every other identification number on the database. Immediately you create a new item, a new identification number will be given to that item. I guess I'm clear on that. Okay, so statements, these are basic units of information on Wikidata. And this statement comprises of properties and value also. So on Wikidata platform, you will see a lot of block of statements, and these statements comprises of properties and value, and you will see so many statements on a particular item you are working on. So statements can be as plenty as possible, as far as you are giving new information about the item you are talking about. You are bound to create so many statements. And remember, these statements comes with properties and value. Okay, for instance, about Einstein, statements could be date of birth, and you also, in that statement, the property is date of birth, and then the date of birth, the actual date of birth is now the value. So statements are blocks of properties you need to put up on Wikidata to actually create an item on Wikidata. I don't know, do we have any question? Okay. Good. I thought you wanted to say something, but I will make sure. Okay, without I don't know if there is any question yet. Let me check my chat box if someone sharing your question. Okay. Yeah, don't worry, the link for the presentation will be shared. The link for the presentation will be shared. Okay, so let's move forward. Sorry, I'm trying to win. Okay. Okay, I don't know why. Can we all see my screen?
Yes, you can see your screen.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So just like
Yes,
every other, okay. So just like every other Wikimedia project that you want to contribute on, Wikidata is also almost like that. You need to do your background research on what, let's say you are creating an item for a person, just like this program is focused on Africa authors and writers and their books. So before you want to create a new item for a particular author or a particular person or a particular topic, first of all, you need to search extensively whether that thing has been created already, because you know that these things are being created remotely and is a repository for data. So there are high chances that what you are trying to create, someone else might have created it. So when you search and there is already an item on that topic or person you want to talk about, there's no need for you to create a new one about the person. If you create a new one purposely, that's you vandalizing Wikidata. But the thing you can do is to improve on the existing one. If you look on the Wikidata items and properties of that particular person you're trying to create his own and is already existing, if you look and there are things that are missing, you can now improve on those ones. Add, let's say, maybe the country of the person you're trying to create an item on doesn't have a country on the one that is existing. You can choose to add the country of the person on the one that is existing instead of you creating a new whole item about what is existing already. Remember, this principle also occurs in Wikipedia projects. So before you even create a Wikipedia project, it's very, very advisable to search if that thing is already existing. And when you are searching, you search extensively. It's not like, let's say you are searching about me, Chukwuma Dike. When you search Chukwuma Dike, you might not see me, but when you search Chukwuma Dike S, Dike Chukwuma, you might be seeing something. But when you must vary your search to make sure that nothing about this person is already existing. So both on topics, if you are creating item on topics, make sure you search extensively, vary your search so that you'll be sure that, okay, none of these things are existing and you are creating a new one. But in a case where they are existing already, you don't need to create a new one. All you need to do is improve on the ones that are existing. If there is no information there to improve on, or there is no new thing to add there, you leave it and find another thing. It's not a must that you must add something or maybe try to create new thing that is already existing. So when you are contributing on any Wikimedia project and you find out that what you are trying to work on is already existing, the highest you can do is to improve on what is existing. And if you can't find what to improve on, you leave the item or the article, you just leave it and close your laptop, find something else. So that is the first principle on Wikidata also. So you must search extensively and know if what you are trying to create is existing. Then if it's not existing, Wikidata or Wikipedia will always give you a link of for you to create a new item. And we will see that link in due course. So first of all, search if that item is existing. Then if it is existing, you don't have to do much. You improve on what is existing. But if it is not existing, you create a link, a red link will be shown to you on YouTube, create a new item for the person or for the topic we want to talk about. Then references are important, though it's not strongly adhered to, but it's very also important on Wikidata that you add reference of where you got your data from. Okay. Okay, also wiki data can be in multi languages, and so even in a case whereby you mistakenly create an article and an item that is already existing, there is options of merging the two items together to become one. So if you even mistakenly do that, creating what is existing, still don't panic. There are still options of you to merge two items together. And also, I've talked about it. Wikidata exists in so many languages: French, English, Igbo, Portuguese, yeah, Germany, German. They are the ones that even created this platform. So it exists in so many languages. Okay, so now I think this place editing Wikidata. So just like I told you, if you are not creating new items, that means you are improving on the ones that are already existing. So, and this, for you to edit, you must edit inside the Wikidata platform on its own. And I will show you how to do that just right about now. Okay. Also, yeah, we have Wikidata query service. So all this data we are actually storing into Wikidata. There are also ways for you to bring out this data in a very clean form and for you to use them. So it's not like we are always trying to put something inside the Wikidata database. So there are other ways for you to use Wikidata for research purposes. So when you are doing all those, maybe trying to get data out of Wikidata, there is an aspect of Wikidata called the queries service. So that is where you query Wikidata. When you query it about a particular item or a particular thing, it brings out all the data relating to that thing you are looking for. So that aspect of Wikidata is called the query service. It's much more technical, but then we also have the easier way that you can also query the Wikidata platform. I wish time will permit us to do all that, but then we'll try as much as possible. So yeah, I've told you. So you also don't need a new account. You don't need to have another separate account. Your Wikidata accounts can actually sign you in on Wikidata. So you can use your Wikipedia account to sign in on Wikidata. But if you don't have both Wikidata accounts, then you can create a new account with Wikidata. But if you have Wikipedia accounts, use it to sign into your Wikidata platform. Thank you so much for listening. If you now have any question, you can share or you can ask before we go into the practical aspects. Do we have any questions so far? Okay, let me check my box. Okay.
Hello, DK.
Okay, so someone was asking about, okay, is it Samson? Okay, Samson, just give me a minute. So someone was asking about adding pictures. So yeah, you can also add pictures on Wikidata, but first of all, you need to upload that picture on Wikicommons before you can now use the link on Wikidata. Right? Wikicommons is a repository for images and files. So before you can add pictures, you need to, first of all, upload the picture on Wikicommons. After uploading it, then you can now use the link to add the link on your Wikidata platform. Then it will generate the picture automatically. Okay, Samson, go on.
I was trying to inquire. Somebody told me that I must be knowing something called Sparkle. There's something for querying called Sparkle. And I saw that it's very complex.
Sparkle, yeah.
Is it a must to know
yeah,
it?
Sparkle is no, it's not a must, but then if you are actually going more technical into data query, then you will need to at least get to know Sparkle. So Sparkle is a programming language for querying of Wikidata. So it is a programming language. You have to code. You have to get your hands dirty with code a little bit. And it is used to query Wikidata. So it's a programming language. I don't know if some of you are into IT, you must have heard about it. And but it's actually an easy, a very soft programming language, just that you need to be conversant with it to know the syntax and all that. But is a language used for querying Wikidata. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, let's do okay, yeah. Let's just do a practical aspect of Wikidata. So let me show us what Wikidata is. So I don't know, are we all seeing my screen also? Are we all seeing my screen?
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay. So if you can see my screen, this is how the Wikidata platform looks like. This is the main page of Wikidata platform. And you can see is a free knowledge base with over 119 million data that anyone can edit. So you can see 119 million set of data are already on Wikidata database. So this is how the platform looks like, right? So, but then let's go over to an item, just like we are working on, just like we are trying to improve the authors, African authors and books of Africa. So there are so many authors in Africa, right? So let's try to open one. Let's try to open one. Okay, so this Yaya, if you can hear me well, this, and it's very, very important that if you want to create a Wikidata item, it's very important that, okay, if it's this item, make sure that maybe the person is also existing on Wikipedia. It will make your work more easier. Can the person try to mute? I'm hearing a voice here. Can the person try to mute? Okay. Try to mute your voice, please. Okay, so so I want to go into a particular Wikidata item. Okay, so yeah, making use of this Yahaya Kuta. So this Yahaya Kuta is a Nigerian academic writer, professor, right? So let's see if it has a Wikidata item on him already. So if I copy this name, right? Let me come to the Wikidata platform. I click on that search bar. You will see a search bar on your Wikidata platform. If I paste this name and click on enter, so you will see that this person, this Yahaya Kuta, is already existing. So I don't need to create a new item for him again, right? Because it's already existing. What I will do is maybe improve on what is missing or what is not added. So if I click on that, this is how a Wikidata item looks like. So from here, you can see the name of the item, which is Yahaya Kuta, and you will see that identification number I talked about, the Q numbers and P number I talked about. You can see its own Q859. So to show you that this number is particularly known for Yahaya Kuta, let me copy this number. If I copy this number and search on Wikidata search bar, just the number, not the name again, you will see that it will give me back Yahaya Kuta. Do you guys understand me? Okay, let me not make it complicated. Let me go to, okay, this is the Wikidata platform, right? The main page. Just from that unique identifier number, I copied. Let me search on Wikidata search bar. With that number will take me to Yahaya Kuta item. So this number is specifically meant for Yahaya Kuta anywhere in Wikidata. Just like Earth, I told you guys that Earth is Q2, right? So let me type Q2. Q2. You see that Q2 will give me Earth. So you will see that, yeah, Earth is Q2. So these are unique identifier numbers. It is only specific for a particular item. So let's go back to our Yahaya Kuta. So this is Yahaya Kuta's data. You can see the description. Professor and writer Muhammad Kuta. So these names you are seeing here are his aliases, or what you call AKAs, also known as. So Muhammad Kuta, Kuta Yahaya, Muhammad Yahaya, Muhammad Yahaya Kuta. So these are the variations of this person's name. So you will see the language is on English. So these are basic information about Yahya Kuta. And the description, you can see that he's a professor and a writer. So here, I talked about statements, if you all can remember. So this is where you see blocks of statements. And remember, I told you that statements houses blocks of properties and values. So for this Yahya Kuta, for the fact that Yahya Kuta is a human being, is a person, so the instance of, if you hover around instance of, you will see a property number. Remember, I told you that every item and property has its own P numbers, identification number. So for this property, the identification number for this property is P31. So anywhere you type P31, it will give you instance of. So this instance of means that, so there can be so many instances of. So let's say we want to, I won't save this, but let's say we want to instance of, because of Yahya Kuta is a human being, that's why the value for instance of Yahya Kuta is human. But then there can be also, yeah. So you can see your instance of can also be school if you are talking about a school, right? So you can also choose if maybe what the item you are creating is all about is a school. You can, your instance of should be a school, right? But for this, Yahya Kuta is a human being, so the instance of is human. So you can see the sex or gender. So because of he's a human being, so what another thing you want to know about this person is he a male or a female, right? So this property, sex or gender, you can see the value is male because Yahya Kuta is a male, right? So these are the information, dates of birth, you can see the value, occupation, academic, educated at, you can see so many statements about this person, so many data about this person, right? You can also, when you go further down, you will also see identifiers. So these identifiers means, these identifiers are other databases where this Yahya Kuta is existing. So just like VIAF cluster ID. So when you click on this number, let's right click and open in a new tab, you will see that it will take us to this database also. And this database is also talking, because of that particular number, is also talking about Yahya Kuta. Remember, this database is not Wikidata, it's from outside. You get? I don't know if you guys understand me. So these identifiers here are other databases outside Wikidata that the person is also existing on. So you can also choose to add those properties on the person's Wikidata page, right? So let's see what else do we think that is missing on this person's Wikidata. Let's add another statement. You always see this add button. Let's see. Let's go over to his okay, there is not much publication. Education, government college. Let's see whether this education is added to his, okay, educated. Let's also, let's put another value on this is education. So he attended from his Wikipedia page, he also attended Teachers College. Let me copy that. And remember, I told you that Wikidata is very structured. Let's see whether it has government college. You see, this is not found on Wikidata. Let's see if there is government college what Ushishi. Let's see if that is existing. Let me add Ushishi on it. So this is not existing. This government college is not existing. I guess that's why they did not add it. So yeah, we will not use that. But let's see another thing we can be able to add on this person. Let's create another statement totally. Place of birth. So let's search for Yakuta's place of birth. Remember, we have a database which is existing already outside Wikidata. So let's see maybe if there is any information about him on that database. Nationality is already existing on Wikidata. Let's search on Google. Yahaya Kuta. Let me search on Google for Yahaya. Yahaya Kuta, place of birth. Okay, so I can see something here. Let me click on it and see if it will give me anything. Yahaya Kuta born on 20th of October. I'm not seeing any place of, okay, place of birth unknown on this. Do we have any? Okay, it has a date of birth already existing. So I'm searching for his place of birth, but I'm not getting anything yet. Let me check. Let me check any other. He's from Kwara State, so he's from Kwara State. So let's add. Let's see if we to state of origin or something like that. Okay, so he doesn't have. Okay, so let's add place of origin. Sorry, I created this. So let's add place of origin. Do we have that? No. Let's say country. Country of citizenship. So country of citizenship is a property. So for us, so you click on that property to give you that. So let's add the value of that property, which is Nigeria, right? So you choose Nigeria, West Africa, and you publish. So you can also choose to add your reference. When you put up reference, you can use the reference URL. And we got, Okay, so we can actually use, where did we get that from? Okay, so we got this, we can use this actually as where we got the information from. And then we can add this URL. So you can see that we have added a reference to this country of citizenship. So this is how you continue to add, you add statements on a particular item. So this is me trying to improve this item that is already existing. You can see I'm not creating a new item on this Yayakuta. I'm just adding new information that is not existing on his Wikidata page. Is there any question so far? Any questions so far? If you have, yeah.
Yes, Mike. I have a question.
Okay.
Like when you are writing the description, yes, what do you follow? What do you follow when writing the description? For example, if I'm from Uganda, so
Yeah.
if I'm writing about, let's say, an activist, yes,
Yeah.
is it okay to say that a Ugandan activist, or I just say activist? So the use of
No,
those.
okay, yeah, it's very okay to say Uganda activists on your description, right? It's very okay. It makes it more, like it gives it more detail on, okay, it's an activist. What place is he doing his activism from? So it's very okay if you add that kind of Uganda is a Uganda activist, or maybe an activist that is concerned about gender equality, about economic exploitation, all those. So you can add those kind of description on his descriptive page. So that's it. Okay, so for this person, you can see his description is a professor and writer. So it's just, this one is just short. So, but for those kind of activism, journalists, and just like our main focus for this program is on African authors and writers. So you can also say an African author, or yeah. So those are simple descriptions you can actually give. Do we have any other question? Any other question to, let me check my chat box. Do we have someone asking question there? Okay, so Samson, concerning property like sex, does it allow options like non-binary? Yeah, I think there are, they have added, yeah, so let's go and see it. Let's go and see it. So for sex or gender, that's the property. So when I click on, let me edit it. Should come up. This place needed to come up. Okay, but let me just create a new statement for this. Let's say sex. Should be able to pop out. Let me refresh. I think maybe my internet is slow or so. Okay, so let's use this again. Yeah. So for this sex or gender, so when I'm trying to, let's say I'm trying to write male, so you will see other non-binary, trans women, trans man, I don't even know how to pronounce it, oh, God knows, male organism, female organism, trans masculine, trans feminine. So you could see all those binary sexual attributes. So you will see them, they've added a lot. Cisgender, third gender, so there is a lot of them there now. Before it was just male and female, but since the world is evolving, they have added a lot to it now. So let's just keep it, and we are not trying to edit it. Any other question? Let me check. Okay, yeah, you wanted to say something. Go on.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, how do you get the reference for that sex or gender? Because how can you absolutely know that this is a male, this is a female, this one is a transgender?
Okay,
So
so
like such people, how do you get to know that this guy is
that is
really?
why, okay, so that is why I told you that before you work on any person's item, you need to research about the person. Go on Google, search about the biography of this person. You will see so many things about the person. Just like I was going through Google to search for this Yaya Kuta. You can read so many articles about him on Google. So you can see here, you can read so many things. If I go far and maybe say, let me say biography. So you can read, search extensively about this person, and you will see so many things about him. That is where you get to see whether he's a male or female. Also, when you go to images on Google, you will see whether this person you are talking about is a male or a female. From here is a male person, so you attribute male to him, unless maybe you find out maybe there is an article or there is a piece of information somewhere where he says he's not a male or he's a trans or something, then you can also reference that. I showed you guys how to reference. Okay, go on. Someone, okay, yeah, go on. Joshua, where is
Hello,
that?
sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
go on.
Yes, what I drop a message that I don't know if you can make a summary at the end of the class for some of us who had issues with network to join early.
Okay, I will try to wrap it up with that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Yeah, go on. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me. You can unmute yourself and ask a question. You are raising your hand.
Hello, DK.
Okay, go on. I can hear you.
So I was trying to say that I don't think it is correct basing somebody's gender on their appearance, because I've met this on several occasions where they say I think it's illegal to just see somebody's appearance and say someone's male. Because the many people will come to see that they are male by appearance, yet they subscribe different gender.
Okay, that is why I told you that you need to do an extensive research about the person, right? So when you do research read stuff about the person, read his or her biography about the person, And you can see while reading, while the pronouns that is being attributed to this person, if the pronouns that we are continuously being attributed to this person is a he, then you use male. If it's a she, you use she. But if there is any specific write-up or where it is being referred to a transgender or something, that is very perfect. You go and select that value for him and reference where you got that piece of information from, right? But if you are maybe confused, then you leave the property about gender, you leave it for someone else that has more clarity about the gender of the person. Remember, it's not every item you started that you must finish, right? Just like Wikipedia articles, when you start an article and it's live on Wikipedia, other people can come and contribute on that particular article. It's the same thing with Wikidata. When you start an item, other people can come and add other form of statements to that item, just like we are going to be doing on African authors. So you can research, find a statement that is missing from the person's item, and you add it. It's not a must that you'll be the one to finish everything. No. Do the ones you have a very clear knowledge of. Okay, this is where I got this, is credible. Then you add that. Okay, yeah, okay, continue. Yeah. Continue. I can't hear you. I don't know, maybe there is internet connection. Yeah, if you can hear me, please continue. But if you can't, let's continue with an edit. Okay, so just like I was telling you guys, so you have to research extensively about this person, and you get to add statements about the person by clicking on these add statements. So for someone was asking about adding picture. So let's try and add a picture of Yaya Kuta on this item. First of all, I will go to Wiki Commons. Okay, let me go to Wiki Commons. So let me go to Wiki Commons. Okay. So here is Wiki Commons. So let me search Yahaya. Okay, Yahaya Kuta. Let me search if there is a picture of him existing. Okay, so there is a picture of him existing on Wiki Commons, right? So what will I do? I will try to copy this image. It's not appearing here. Okay, so this image, let me click on this JPEG. Okay, so this is the image. So let me copy the image link. So for this, I can just copy this file link of yahayakuta.jpg, right? Or you can come here, use this file. Or you can come here and copy the link, the image link. What you just need is this prof. You don't need the file whatever. Just need the name of the image dot the file extension, which is JPG. So let me copy this. Although I've copied it before, but I want to show you guys. Yeah. Okay, so let me copy this. Then let me go to his this thing, his Wikidata item, and add statements, add image as a property to pop up. So I will now paste that image file. Let me clean it up. What you need is just this name. So you can see it has automatically generated the image. I click on the image, then I click on publish. So yeah, you can see we have added his image on his Wikidata item. So this is how I'm improving this person's Wikidata item. Okay, go on, Joyce. Joyce, go on. You are raising your hand. I don't know, Joyce, you are raising your hand. If you can hear me, you can go on. But without that, so, okay, someone is asking, okay. So someone is asking, how can we use hashtag? Okay, for contributing. For contributing, I'm not sure that you can use hashtag. Maybe it's actually a mistake. But yeah, I'll figure it out though. But then for contribute, let me show you guys how to, before we go about how the editathon will go, let me just rush on how you can create a new Wikidata. So let's say there are two ways you can actually create a new Wikidata. Is either you use create a new item from the sidebar, you will see it, right? It will take you here. Create a new item. So from here, you can just fill this form. If you are creating on English, you leave it on English. Label, let's say, let me just use my name, Chukwuma Dike, right? Description, let's say wiki activates Africa, project lead, okay. So my alias is, people call me Chooks or Mr. Chooks. Yeah, people mostly call me Chooks. So from here, you can just create this. If I click on create, you will see that my Wikidata item has been created, right? And from here, you can see my unique identification number. So anywhere you type this number on Wikidata, it will always give you this, my item. So here I can now be adding statements about instance of, I'm a human being, right? But you know, this is for educational purpose. You are not supposed to create your own Wikidata item for yourself. This is for educational purpose. So I can create and publish. So yeah, from there you can be adding other things about this person's information about this person or a topic or an object. So that is how it's been done. Someone was raising his or her hand. I don't know. Joyce, yeah, you can go on, talk, the floor is open. Yeah.
Sorry, I asked some questions in the chat box, but maybe you skipped.
Okay, you asked a
I
question.
wanted to,
Okay.
I wanted to know if it is all about getting information from Google. It is the most accurate information. And then I skipped understanding how to add reference, the reference part of it. And now when you talked about adding a picture, I wanted to know what if that item doesn't have a picture on Wikimedia? Where else can I get the picture? And then, by the way, I wanted to know how come is it possible for me to get an item where I want to add some statements, but it has no photo? Is it possible?
But it has no what?
That it has no picture on it, that it is one of the things I'm adding on that items.
Okay, so first thing first, when you research about this person, maybe on Wikipedia or on Google, and this person is a very, remember, whoever you are putting on Wikidata must be notable. Just like we are working on African authors and writers, they are notable because of they have work they have done. That is why we are focusing on them. So for someone to be notable, at least there must be where his picture is existing, right? If it's on Google, you try to download the picture and make sure where you're downloading the picture is from a free licensed platform. If you download the picture and upload it to Wiki Commons, I don't know. Our previous event was on Wiki Commons. If you had followed us, we talked about, we train people on how to upload images on Wiki Commons. When you upload that image on Wiki Commons, you now copy the link. And that link, you can use that link anywhere on the Wikimedia platform. Remember, one thing you should know is that this person must be notable, and you must be writing from a neutral point of view. Do you get me? So when you now add, so when you now add this picture on Wiki Commons, then you copy that link. I showed you guys how to copy the link from Wiki Commons. Then you add it on Wikidata. On Wikidata, the work you are doing using this property called an image. So you will see this property called image. When you click on it, it will give you where you can now paste that. This prof is still here. So I can paste this prof to automatically generate that image you have uploaded on Wiki Commons. But remember, even before you start uploading on Wiki Commons, remember I first of all search about this man if he is already existing on Wiki Commons. Every Wikimedia platform has a search button, and that search button is very important. You get to search whether what you are trying to do is already existing. If it's already existing, you don't need to do it again. What you do is to improve on what is already existing, right? So for me, I did not upload new Wikicommon image. I used what was there by searching. You saw when I searched on this man on Wiki Commons, Professor Yahaya Kuta. If I search on him on Wiki Commons, Yahaya Kuta, I will see Yahaya Kuta. I will see his image already existing. So I don't need any new image. Is already existing on Wiki Commons. Do you understand me now?
Yes, I do. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so we are talking about how to create a new item. Remember, I created a new item from.
Sorry, sir. I want to ask something, sir.
Okay, yeah. Ask.
Yeah, with what you are saying, if you are writing on something that has not been existent. So it is your duty as a person who is writing about a particular person to get the picture of that person.
Exactly.
For instance, when we started this program, the first one we did, I tried to search about one of my lecturers, a professor in my school, but I couldn't find anything about him. And he's,
Online.
yes, and he's one of the leading professors in the school.
How is he a professor and there is no his known work published online? No, there must be. He cannot be a professor without having a published work online. It's not possible. It's either he has a book he has written, which you can get
Yes,
info.
that's what I have one of his books.
So if you have one of his books, you can add the publishing company of the book, the title of the
Okay,
book.
to find more about him.
Yes. So
Okay.
you can the ISBN of the book.
Yes.
The ISBN, yeah, is the book publication number. So those are information specifically about him that you can use. So there is no how a professor can be a professor without you seeing an atom of information about him online. It's not possible. Before you are given a professorship, you must have done a lot of publication. So his work must be online somewhere. There are journals online you can search on, or you can even meet him if you are closer to him. So I want to put you up on this platform. Can you grant me where I can find your works? So people, they are always happy to even do that. They will guide you.
Sorry, thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. So any other question? So no. So another way, I told you one way is to click on this, create a new item for you to create a new Wikidata item. Another way is by you, if you search and the person is not existing, let's search maybe for, I'm just forming this name, Raziz John. So I want to, so you can see that this person is not existing. There were no results matching the query. You may create a new item for Aziz. So when you click on this link, it will not take you to this the same place where you can put up this person's information. And from there, you can start adding statements about this person. So we are quite behind schedule, and I want to wrap it up here. But before that, let's, I told you this is also there is a contest following this. Okay, let me look at my people are, okay, maybe he's professor. Friendly space, please come up in comments. Okay, I don't know. These people are having fun on that place. Okay, so just like I told you guys, this is the training aspect of this event. So we have the contest aspect of this event where we are focusing on African authors and writers. And to even, we find out that a lot of job has been also be done on this particular topic, African authors and writers. So we are actually looking for people to improve so many items, on so many of these African authors and writers. If you go to the link, the project link for this event, let me bring it up. Let me search improving. Okay. So if you go to, I hope we are seeing my screen. So if you go to this, our projects, event projects, you will see we have actually created a list of African authors that you can look at. We will also add more countries. I think we will add Ghana and other countries that you can look up. If they are not existing on Wikidata, you can now create a new Wikidata for them. But if they are already existing, which so many of them are already existing, what you will do is to improve on it. So improve on the article, improve on the item, add a property or a statement, something new to the item to improve it. If there is an outdated information on the person, on the author, you can remove and put a new information. So these are ways you can contribute on this contest. Remember, make sure where you research about this person before you improve the wiki data item. Don't just go and vandalize people's item. If you don't know anything about the person, or you don't, when you try to research, you did not find much information, leave that item and go over to another person's item. If I found that, or one of the juries find out that you are actually vandalizing people's item in the name of contest, we will actually come together and report your page and report your account. So if you know that there is no information about the person you want to improve on, just leave that item and go over to another item. There are so many of them. I hope we are all understood.
Yes, sir.
Then, so you can see where you can join the dashboard so that we can track your contribution. Let me paste the dashboard link on the message, on the chat's message. So wait, okay. Okay, so this is the dashboard. I don't know. So this is the dashboard link. So if you want to join this contest, which prizes will be given at the end by next week, it's just a 1-week contest. So by next weekend, we should be rounding up. So if you want to join this contest, you can register on the dashboard so that we can track you. Also, because of sometimes the outreach dashboard could be a little bit having technical issues or something, I might not track, or sometimes they track a lot of things at the same time. For our clarity's sake, we normally provide a table. If you can see this table, list of items created by or improved by a participant, you can see this table. If you expand it, you will see this is where you enter your contribution. We will create more empty tables. So what you will do is that you just put your username, the link of the Wikidata item, leave this space, is not actually your concern, is for the juries. Then you name, you talk about what is the contribution you added. This is to track your contribution on Wikidata. So we have 2 ways of tracking, both on the dashboard, manually on this table. So whenever you improve any article, try as much as possible to also include it on this table. This table will be very, very long by the end of the day. So you include it, and after the time for the contest elapses, the juries will come here to assess your contribution and grading as well. There are prizes for first three and also consolation prizes for the first 10, right? So do as well as possible to join. And also, why we also encourage these contributions is for you to also practicalize what you have learned. Because one thing about Wikimedia projects is that if you are not practicalizing all the events you have been attending, you will not know how it works. So it's better you join some of these contests, even though you don't win anything, but just contribute one, two, and you get from there, you get to understand, okay, this is how these things work. But if you, after listening and you just log off, you will still, anytime you still come up, it will look like a new thing for you. So we encourage people to join contests and try to dirty your hands a little bit, but please don't vandalize people's item. Remember, I said if you don't have any information about the person, please move on to another person, another item. It must not be you must not contribute on a particular item. And also, if you create a new item, it's not also a must that you must be the person to add all the statements to that item. Other people can also, but just do as much as you can and leave the rest for other people to improve on. Any question on this?
Yes, my question is, if you are writing on a new one and you are not able to get the person's picture at that time, is it possible to come later, maybe after you have met with the person, maybe to take the person's picture if he permits you?
Yeah, you can actually leave the picture part and do other things. Maybe when you get the person's picture, you can come and upload it on Wikicommons, then use the link on Wikidata, right?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So for data reimbursement, I want to just, you guys should give me a second. Let me just create this. Okay, I just want to create a data reimbursement form. I wish I created this before now, but I think it's slipped my mind. For just a second. Name, phone number. This is not needed. Or what can we do? Are we all? No. That won't be possible. Let me just create this. Let me just create this and okay, yeah, location. Yeah. Okay, I will drop the, please attach your country code on the number so that we'll know which code, which country is having the phone number. Okay. Mm. Okay, so let me paste the link to that. Okay, so this is for data reimbursement rights. Okay. So yeah, so please include your name and your phone number so that we can send back data reimbursements for attending this events. So while doing that, I would want to take a group photograph. I hope I'm permitted to. You can choose to open your camera, you can choose to leave it the way it is. Okay. Let me take the second page. All right. Okay, so I don't know if there is any other question or clarification. I would also want to know. If you need any clarification or question, please let me know. Also on the, I don't know, you must have joined the WikiActivate group. If you have not, joined, you need to join. Let me post the link. Let me post the link so that these are the places we have conversation about what we are doing. And you get to ask questions also and get replies on the contest. And also if I need to question someone that is vandalizing something somewhere, I also put it there. So this is the group link. So this is the WikiActivate group link, the data, then the events page for those that want to contribute. This is the events page link. So from here, you can read more on what to do. So this is the link for the events. So is there any other information I'm missing out? Remember, this is a 1-week contest by Sunday, by this next week Sunday, we should be able to round up this contest. And yeah. Any other, someone is asking, Joyce, have you added the links in the group? Which links are you talking about, Joyce?
I'm talking about these links here that you just shared.
The links, what?
It is 49264.
The links you've just shared here, I would suggest you share in the group, WhatsApp group.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I also share the links on except the data reimbursement link. I will not share that one because it's specifically for people that attended the event. Okay, so without any question, I would want to end this call. And thank you, everyone.
I said earlier, if you can summarize the class, some of us joined late.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it will be possible. If it is not possible, there's no issue, sir.
Okay, so there is a recording. Yeah.
What if you share the slides with them?
Yeah, exactly. So I will share the slide and the recording because I recorded this. So for you to go, yeah, so you can take your time and go through it. If you have any question, you can ask me directly on the group. Then I can answer you because we are quite over the time. It's already it's after 2 hours already. So yeah, I will share the record and I will share the slide. Thank you very much, and thank you all for coming on the on this event. Let's do well to maybe contribute, ask questions where you're confused, and yeah, see you all next time. Thank you.
Bye.